Hello everyone, I am Lazar and today I will have the honor to present our amazing team, DeFiChain Accelerator. As some of you already know, our ongoing mission is accelerating DeFi chain adoption, but you could also say that is starting chain of events. So with this in mind, in the past couple of months, we have been quite intensively working on making this plan for 2022. Today we have it ready, today we're going to present it to you, and hopefully by the end of this presentation you're gonna be as excited as we are about this whole thing. But before that, let's do a quick recap of 2021. And for that, Santiago, off to you.
Thanks, Lazar. Let's go to the recap 2021. We're going to talk a little bit about public relations, influencers, Brave, and also some essentials. And starting with public relations, we did some awesome articles on Bitcoin Echo, Decrypt, and Cointelegraph. You can see here that we had around about 23,000 views on the Bitcoin Echo article. This was really great. The Decrypt article was not too much clicked, so it only got 2,600 views. And the Cointelegraph article was in between with around 10,000 views. Having a look on those articles, the Bitcoin Echo and the Decrypt article was paid, but the Cointelegraph article was an organic article. This wasn't an article we actually paid. In addition to those three articles, we have more to come up. For example, on Cointelegraph, Crypto Potato, CoinMarketCap, Bloomberg, and Yahoo Finance. The article for investing.com actually was released some days ago, so you might have seen this. The total spendings on the PR in 2021 was around about $50,000, and until now we generated rough 30,000 views, without calculating in the articles which are still coming up. PR in general is really important because it's not only like one piece of article and one piece of content that people might read and then get some attention to DeFi chain. It's also some topic which is really important when it comes to SEO and finding about DeFi chain. When people look it up on Google and they type in DeFi chain, they might find those great articles, and this is really, really great. Going on, we also work with influencers. We work with Voscoin, CryptoRig, and Michael Rubel. The video with Michael Rubel is still coming up, so you're going to see this in the next couple of weeks. But we're still going to mention this here because we paid this already in 2021. So the influencers, also a good experience. We had 13,000 views on the Voscoin video, which is cool. And we had 31,000 views on the video from CryptoRig, which is really, really good. All this kind of videos were review videos, and we spent around about $35,000 on those videos and generated around about 45,000 views. Here's also, we have this permanent aspect, so if people look up for DeFi chain, they can find those videos and they get introduced into the topic. And also having some videos on major YouTube channels is really great with more than 500,000 subscribers. So definitely really important for DeFi chain to be mentioned on big YouTube channels. Going on, we have the Brave campaign. I guess you will agree that the Brave campaign was the greatest campaign we did in last year. We really enjoyed the campaign, and this campaign was a total success. Looking back at the numbers, we reached more than 50 million impressions. This is really astonishing. And on those 50 million impressions, we got 2.5 million clicks. So people got forwarded to our landing page and learned about how to get into stocks on DeFi chain within 5 steps. This was pretty cool, and we also had around about 1,000 app downloads, which is also really great. And yeah, in total, looking back here, we have a CTR of approximately 5%, which is above the average, and this was really great. So the images worked out perfectly, and we had a really successful Brave campaign here. Coming to essentials, this is something we created over the period of time, over the complete quarter last year. Just to have some infographics for Twitter, which people can use to retweet, to use them to make some buzz within Twitter. We created the landing page, which is also really essential. So people can actually share this page. People can refer to this page. People can say like, hey, do you want to invest into stocks on DeFi chain? Here's the landing page. You can now see how it works in 5 steps. Bam, bam, bam. It's really cool. And yeah, and additionally, we also worked on a explainer video about what is DeFi chain, which is really short, introducing it with great animations and a real professional quality standard. And unfortunately, the video is not ready yet. It will be ready in the next few weeks, but also we paid this in the last quarter. So this is part of our essentials from the last year, and the work from our side is done. So we're just waiting now for the animator studio to finish the video. Total, we spent about $18,000 on those essentials, having those graphics, the landing page, and the explainer video. Looking at the expenses, this is something which is really important for you as the community to verify that we're going to work and use those funds trustfully and secure. So you can have a detailed look on the numbers, but just going through the categories, you can see that we spent 30% on the Brave campaign, 27% on articles, 19% on influencers, around about 18% on the team, 4% for animation and graphics, and also a little part for legal and community. So when people helped us out, created some graphics, and also having some meetings with tax consultants and lawyers. Looking back at 2021 to the fundamentals, this is really cool because we can see that from starting to today, which is the 21st of 2022, we can see that actually DeFiChain as community, as project has grown. So this is not something we want to claim for us, that we were responsible for this growth, but this is something, where we as community, as complete community, we're part of. And I think this is really essential to have a look on this, especially when maybe the price is not looking how you would like to. So looking back, we had an increase on Twitter, on addresses holding DFI, and also on the market cap. And going on, those measures will be important for us in future. 2021 was really important. We had some time to understand the market, how does it work, to understand ourselves, to build up the team, to build the relationships also between the team members, and also to see how we are going to tackle all these big projects. And for us, key takeaways were budget and marketing. So how does our budget should look like? How much were we able to accomplish with the last budget of 50,000 DFI? And also the importance of consistency. So having a look back on Brave, this was a really, really great measure. But I think we all agree on this, that this is just a one-time push that we need to convert into something which is consistency to really promote and increase the brand awareness of DeFiChain. And also the experience with agencies were really, really great. We as a team with 3 people, we're not having the time and the resources to, scale up the marketing for a complete blockchain. So we need to work with professional agencies. And therefore we also needed some time to find out, okay, which agency is trustful, which agency provides us perfect and professional content, and which agency it's maybe not that good to use on the long term for big contracts. And this were a really, really great time. We as a team grew together. Some members left the group, others joined. And looking back at 2021, a really important time for us, and a really successful in terms of understanding how the market works. And now, Ben, the stage is yours.
Yeah, thanks, Santiago, for looking at what happened in the past last year. But I think now it's time to look at what we've planned for next year. And what would be the better way than give this mission a great name? So we called it Apollo mission. And without any further ado, let's jump right into it. So the Apollo mission is a 12-month mission. What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about objectives. We're going to talk about the crew, because every great mission needs a crew. We're going to talk about specific measures. We divided them into 2 stages. And then obviously what's going to be the result of all of that. So, but before we start, we also did, besides the preparation for the marketing measures of this year, we also prepared a marketing analysis paper. So we highly recommend you having a look at that. We prepared actually also a video about that. And some of the things we're gonna tackle within this presentation will require some knowledge about what is in the marketing analysis. So for everybody of you who hasn't watched a video about that yet, I would highly recommend to push this video on pause and just have a glimpse on the other video where we talk a bit about marketing analysis, strategies, the implementation, and all of that. So but for all of you who already are aware of what we've did, let's jump right into it. So what are our objectives? This is a very important topic because every great mission needs some objectives. And for us, the biggest goal and the biggest objective is to increase the brand awareness. I think everybody agrees on that DeFiChain has a great product, great products actually, and a great community and everything that is required for a successful mission. But what is lacking at the moment is the awareness of the product. So for that, we defined like 4 specific goals. And these goals are how many people are holding the wallets, how many followers do we have on Twitter, also followers on Telegram and Reddit. But I think Twitter and holding wallets are the main goals. So let's have a look at them. We are currently standing at 49,000 people holding DFI and having a wallet. There are actually more people holding DFI, but we just based this number on the wallets available. And we decided to actually bump that up quite a bit in terms of the goal. So we are aiming for 250,000 active wallets. And the same goes for Twitter. From at the moment 45,000 followers to 150,000 followers. I think all the other numbers speak for themselves. So we're not really going deeper into that. I think you can do the math and you know the numbers as well as we do. So all of that is like to increase really the brand awareness and to somehow measure that. So yeah, that's all about the objectives first. And I know you guys are talking about Road to 50, and yeah, we have that in mind. I think there are many factors involved that in the end bring us there, and marketing is a part of it. It might be a big part, but I think it's more valuable to actually look at numbers where we can have more influence on, besides like the real market cap, because like if there is a bear market throughout the whole year, so are we really going to be able to do and to achieve that? So yeah, let's focus on these objectives and go over to the next step. So let's talk about the crew now. We initially started with 5 members within the DeFiChain Accelerator team. We had Jonathan, we had Florian. They stepped out of the team quite early because they didn't have the time required to like do a proper commitment to the project. And we also had Andreas in the team. He stepped out quite recently. He wanted to focus within the next for the next month on his studies, which he's finishing, I think, in 3 months' time. But he's also willing to probably step back in later on. And then we have the core members of the team. I think everybody knows Santiago. He's like a blockchain expert. He has his own YouTube channel, and he's like really like a fast learner. In terms of everything we do. He picked the marketing topics up incredible fast over the last few months. Myself, I'm a marketing professional, have been working in this industry, in the marketing industry for like over 8 years now. And I've been doing everything from marketing strategy to marketing communication. So the whole bandwidth of marketing. And then the latest member of our team, and we are very happy to have him in the team, is Lazar. He's a multimedia specialist. He's also the creator of the Brave campaign and the Brave ad. And he is specialized in everything media related, visual storytelling, all of that. And he adds a huge value to the team, and we're really happy to have him on. And coming to probably the most important member of our mission, Chelly, which is obviously the mission commander representing the community. And the reason we put it there is because we just want to highlight how important it is for us that this is a mission for the whole community, not only the Accelerator team, and we need everybody's help to achieve it. And yeah, I think I don't have to mention that Chelly is naturally a bull. And it's good that it is. So coming to external professionals, scaling is a topic. We want to accelerate. That's what the name says. And for that, we need external resources to scale and to be able to execute plans within timelines and get professionals in when needed. So we talk about agencies, we talk about community members, freelancers, or other artists. So the whole bandwidth of possible resources. And when we look at the team setup and who does what, I think it's quite straightforward. Santiago brings in a huge knowledge within the blockchain environment and the industry. What are the trends here? What's going on? He's also a very fast learner. I noticed that over the last month, he picked the marketing topics up really quickly. He got into the meeting handlings, how to talk with the agencies and all that. He's really good at that. And he will also bring in like the legal component. He will take care of the funds. Everything tax related and all of that. Then we have Lazar, as mentioned. He's a multimedia specialist. He's really, really good in everything that goes along with visual storytelling. And I personally think this is one of the most important parts of marketing, is not only have the right words, but also the visuals to cover that. And he brings all of that into the game. And also has like an incredible network of people he knows that could help us to even scale faster in terms of that. And yeah, we're really happy to have him on board. And then myself, I will be leading the project. I bring my expertise in terms of how we work with the agencies. What could be the strategy? What could be the positioning of the brand? What are we aiming for? So this is all about it. And besides all of that, I think we have a great synergy that we built up over the last weeks and months. It's fun with the team to work with all the people, and we're having a great time, and we're feeling really confident to be able to fulfill this task. And yeah, we're looking forward to that. I think there's a lot of excitement around, and yeah. So let's talk about the stage one. If you look at this slide, I think you can see that the idea we had was splitting up the different measures and the task into 4 different CFPs. So with the main CFP obviously being the first CFP, saying why this is the main CFP, this also includes the salaries for us. So for us, this is essential. And this would also mean like we require this CFP to get approved to be able to accomplish all the other CFPs, just for you to keep in mind. So what is CFP1? CFP1 is about PR, it's about influencers, it's about guerrilla marketing, and it's about the team and the salaries, the spending we have there. CFP2 is about Brave. I think everybody knows what we did here. Very successful, very exciting. CFP3 is AirDrop. I remember we had discussions on Reddit around the topic of airdrops, and I know that some people are hesitant when it comes to airdrops, specifically like the downsides it has. But let's talk about this more in detail later on. I think it's a great opportunity for us to actually do like great marketing around the project. And then we have Learn&Earn. So also great project here. So let's dive into CFP1. I think it's some exciting stuff we've lined up. So yeah, PR. So what you can see here, what we try to do within this presentation is that we try to really focus on like the core essentials, asking the W question. So who is the target group? What are we doing? When are we doing it? Where are we doing it? Is this like a local thing? Is this global? Or what is happening here? And why? Obviously, why are we doing it? What is the purpose of this marketing measure? So let's have a look when it comes to PR. Who are we targeting to? So for all of you who didn't watch the marketing strategy presentation, this might be a bit tricky to understand now. So we have defined 3 main target groups we want to address. And this specific measure, PR, is addressing all 3 of them. So we're talking about the Wall Street wannabe, we're talking about the investment enthusiast, and the big time investors. So these are the people we want to target. What are we going to do? So we've lined up one of the leading crypto agencies when it comes to PR, and we have a package we put together with them. This package will include a certain amount of products we're going to produce, and it has some flexibility in it. So what you see here is just an idea of how it could look like. So we will have obviously loads of articles we're going to produce. So all these numbers are per month. So keep that in mind. It's not like per year. So we're going to have like basically like almost 1 article per day. We're going to do a lot of social media promotions on Reddit, on Twitter, on all of that. Also, meme threads are a big thing in crypto. I wasn't aware of that much, to be honest, but this is what we learned over the last month. It's still a big thing to catch certain target groups, and obviously press releases when required. We will have over a certain period of time. There will be months where we won't have any, and there will be months where we will have more. So keep that in mind. Talking about articles and the 25, it's not obviously not going to be like only tier one publications, but I think it's a good mix between having tier one publications like Cointelegraph or like the big ones, Decrypt, and other publications to have like a broad way of communicating. And for us, PR is really the foundation of a successful marketing campaign. And that's why we think spending a lot of money here is essential for a successful project. When is this going to happen? Well, this will immediately start the moment the CFP gets approved, and it will go over a period of 12 months. So something this will create constant noise on the market. People will talk about us, magazines will talk about us, we will talk about certain topics. We will try to get in thought leadership positions. So really great stuff lined up. It's obviously worldwide. We will focus on English-speaking content, but there will be opportunities for us to also expand to the Spanish-speaking community. So keep that in mind. Also something people are really looking forward to, I guess. And why are we doing this? I think PR is one of the main awareness producing marketing measures. So yeah, it's essential. It will obviously also create like buying pressure or like people interested in buying the product, but the main one is really creating awareness. So what is DeFiChain? What are these guys doing? What is the project about? All of that is PR. We have planned $600,000 over the next 12 months to spend on that. So this is going to be like $50,000 per month. It's a huge sum, but actually it's not that huge. So other companies, crypto companies, like exceed this by sometimes factors. But I think this is a number where we are actually able to stick out of the noisy market and actually make people aware of us. And there is nothing against deciding, okay, if we press this or that button to increase this this number over time. So keep that in mind. These are the numbers for the moment. And if something works, don't worry, we will push that button as often as possible. Influences is a big topic, and it's still a big topic. We like Santiago already showed, we had some influences lined up. This time we are looking for like more long-term oriented partnerships to really find ways to work together with them on certain topics. So this measure is a broad measure. Everybody watches YouTube videos and everybody is aware of what's going on. So it's going to tackle all the target groups. We are planning to work with top tier influencers. And I think around about the rule of thumb should be that we have like at least 2 influencer videos per month. This will vary. And the reason why you see on the headline that it's not only influencers, but also guerrilla marketing, I think this measure for us, we dedicate a certain budget to it and we plan to spend it on influencers. But there will be times when we are not able to address like the amount of influencers required to have the money spent. We then have the opportunity to spend it elsewhere. And that's why we see this position as more flexible than others, because it just allows us to be more flexible. And that's also something we're going to start immediately over the period of 12 months. So something you will see starting immediately. It's worldwide. Yeah. Well, everybody who can watch videos or has like knowledge about the influencers will see that. Why are we doing this? So influencers are very interesting when it comes to marketing. First of all, they create obviously awareness depending on the size of them. And what they also do and where they're very good at is like creating fear of missing out, like, you know, what FOMO is, which is like basically creating investment appetite. So people see that, people see the influencer talk in like in a positive way about a project or about a certain topic. And then they think, okay, this is something where we need to get into. And I think this is where influencers are really good. They have like a big a big group of people that has a very high opinion on them and are trusting their opinion. So this is where they really bring in the benefits. There is a reason why influencer marketing is so successful right now, because it's just the package is very compelling. This is a measure that is obviously pricey. We planned $720,000 over a period of 12 months. So this is 60K per month. And I think we need that, looking at the prices we paid for the existing influencers and the ones that, the big ones and the costs of the big influencers. So a really important number. And I think, it's going to be interesting to see how the effects of this will be. I think it's going to be great. As mentioned, guerrilla marketing, as like pronouncing is hard. But this is something in marketing that basically aims towards ideas and strategies that that go a little bit outside of the box. So sometimes like really minimalistic marketing campaigns with a high impact. So we want to do and try different approaches and different things. So with this, obviously it depends on the measure, who we're going to target. With guerrilla marketing, it could be like the big boys with the big money. It could also be like the people that want to invest lower budgets and just like get curious about what's going on here. So what are we going to do? I think we have a few ideas. Nothing is defined yet, since this budget is mainly allocated for influencers, and we'll see how this plays out over the next month. This is something where we can explore ideas other companies already did. I recently saw something and I found this very interesting and very compelling. Something from McDonald's. I think it was McDonald's Germany. So what they did was they had a certain budget to do sub bombs on Twitch. So they were basically working together with other big influencers, streamers, and they were giving them a certain amount of money. And they were donating this money in their name. So they were donating in the name of McDonald's and leaving like a really nice donation message there. And the people, specifically the smaller influencers, which this was targeted to, they really freaked out to receive like, 50 subs, which is a huge deal. And what they did is they recorded the moment when they received it and the excitement and everything. And I think this created like I really like this idea. So this might be something where we look into. And this is also something that we can scale on a worldwide level. So there are streamers all over the world. So a really cool potential. We're going to explore the charity topics. Also ads on social media will be something we will have. We want to look at what is the value of that, how can we do it, what are the pros and cons of that. We already talked internally about opportunities within the metaverse. Are there ways of us like DeFiChain represented in some of the metaverse worlds, like Decentraland, to build like a DeFiChain place there or something like that. There are cool opportunities ahead, and I think we will find some nice marketing ideas along the road and explore it. And if we find a really successful one, we obviously will stick to that. So really exciting. So this is also something that we can start immediately, depending on how the influencer situation develops. It's obviously worldwide. There is no limits to region or to regions. Also, this is something that will create a lot of awareness, and people will get excited, and also the FOMO kicks in then. So I think this is also something we will have to look at, and I'm looking forward to that. It's the same budget pool as the influencers, so we just brought that up again. It's not like 720 plus 720K. It's one pool. So don't get this mixed up. I think we can make a lot of noise here, and we will. talking about team expenses, we would like to dedicate like us ourselves full into that, and so we obviously need some money to live from, and base this on our current salaries. So there is nothing to hide here. We also will need some money to spend on legal, like how are we going to do the tax situation? It's going to be a lot of funds. We need consultants and stuff, and also we need software to work with. No matter if it's going to be like the Adobe Creative Cloud, or Lazar needs Autodesk Maya for his 3D graphics and stuff. So you find a detailed version of the expenses also on a specific table. We will add also to the Reddit post, so don't worry about that. Very transparent, like point for point, how we're going to spend the money. So this sums up to $255,478. We wanted to be very precise with that, because we don't want to like buy a tool, a software or something that is officially like $60 per month, and then say we round it up to 100. So we really went like precise on that. And talking about Brave, Brave is something that was very successful. We already did. I think the community was hyped about it. They loved the jelly. They loved like the designs. They loved the way it was executed, and everybody was very proud about it. And also when we looked at the numbers, Santiago was talking about it, very successful, like millions of impressions, millions of clicks, and also like 1,000 downloads. So very successful, but it gets even more successful the more often you do it. So it's like the principle in marketing. I think it's like 7 times, and then people start thinking about it. So I actually expect that when we start doing this more frequently, that people will pick it up even more, and the conversion rate goes up. So let's have a look at that. So who is this targeted at? The full range of target groups. Like there's nobody excluded. Everybody who potentially uses Brave will get aware of that. The plan is to have 6 campaigns within a 3 months period. So this means like 1 campaign every other week. We gonna put additional marketing effort on that. So Brave also offers push notifications. This is like a monthly payment, and we want to do this over a period of 3 months. This will additionally create awareness and clicks on DeFiChain. And starting is end of February, we already were able to allocate some certain times for that. Obviously, we need to do the commitment now, so we actually are able to do that. And the notifications will also be over a period of 3 months. So I think it's also like something we can really look forward to. It's going to be worldwide, of course. It mainly creates awareness. People will click on it. People will download wallets. But I think awareness is the key essence of this campaign. And it's going to be $525,000. We also included in there the potential of creating additional visuals. We might outsource that, so we allocated a certain budget for that. And so we not only have the 3 existing jelly visuals, but also additional ones. So it's not going to be a repetitive event. It's will be like have the same brand identity and style, but it will have like additional jelly visual mockups. So you can look forward to that. We obviously do. And talking about the airdrop. Airdrop is a topic that was already discussed within Reddit. People like it. I think we sold it a little bit difficult the first time, but we now really dig into that. And I think it's an incredible opportunity for an incredible cheap price, actually. So who are we going to target with that? I think for this specific measure, it's only going to be the Wall Street wannabes. So the people with like the smaller wallets, just because I think like people that are big in investing and stuff, they don't really bother in participating on that. Which is fine. I think it's still a valuable measure. we're gonna do one airdrop containing $100,000 in airdrop volume, but we are not gonna only airdrop DFI. And the reason for that is because I think it will make it even more exciting for people to participate if we are not only giving out like a certain amount of DFI, but also have like more premium prices for like lucky people, lucky winners. So there will be 10 Tesla tokens we're gonna send out to lucky winners, and the rest will be distributed in DFI. And we thought about a $10 airdrop, so it's actually something where people consider, okay, I might have a look at that. What is that? And so yeah, there will be a lot of winners. I don't have the number right now, but we have that in one of our documents. And also this depends highly on the price of Tesla. It needs to sum up to $10,000 in the end. So yeah. When are we going to do this? We are planning to do this for end of February. The duration of that is flexible, but it's limited to 20 days. So it's something that the longer you run, the more people actually see that. So we haven't decided yet how long we're going to do that, but it's limited to 20 days. So this is something to keep in mind. It's also a worldwide campaign, and we do this in cooperation with CoinMarketCap, obviously. They have a page where we can do that. And why are we doing this? So I think this is a very, very good point to make here. We initially said that airdrop has a high likeliness of bots, and I think it still is an issue that might occur, but we found ways to actually make this very attractive. So there's actually possibilities for people to accomplish certain tasks. So like follow us on Twitter, follow us here, follow us there, sign up with your wallet and do this and that. And they gain like points doing that. So the more of this they do, the more points they get, and the higher the likeliness is for them to actually achieve one of the airdrops. So what this measure will have is a lot of people downloading the wallet, and we're talking about actually millions of people, because if you look at the other airdrops that happened over the recent past, like there were millions participating. So in theory, we could actually have like 100,000s of people downloading the wallet, working with the wallet, looking at the wallet, getting aware of DeFiChain. So it's a huge amount of people getting aware of what DeFiChain is. And also a huge amount of people that become new customers, at least the people that win the lottery and get like funding. So we're talking about well over 5,000 people. So keep that in mind. So it's a really great measure, and I think we made a 180-degree turn in terms of like, is this a really good measure or not? I think it's obviously it's a really great measure. So don't say that we are worried about the price drop. So if you look at the number here, and it's going to be $100,000 we go out, I think everybody knows that even if all of these people are going to sell it immediately, what is the selling pressure then? Like there is non-existent. So this is nothing you have to be worried about, but the upside is incredible. So keep that in mind. Really great measure, and I would really love for this to get approved because I think it's a minimal amount we have to spend, and it has incredible impact potential. You are maybe asking why $130,000. So the 100,000 will be distributed. Then there is a 10% fee on top of that. So we are at 110,000. And then we are planning to have $10,000 in marketing to push this promotion, and another 10,000 to build the backend system. So what you have to keep in mind, since we are not listed on Binance, there is no automatic process of airdropping our DFI coins or the Tesla tokens. So there needs to be a manual process in the backend that automizes the distribution of the coin. So this not has to be manually, and there is a lower margin of error that something goes wrong. And this needs to be programmed, this needs to be set up, and this is actually more complicated than you might think. So keep that in mind. And this all sums up to 130,000 in the end. So great measure, great stuff. AirDrop is going to be fantastic. Learn&Earn. I think we talked about that at the last CFP already. We had Twitter Spaces talking about that. We set things up. We were talking in detail with CoinMarketCap, and we are really eager to do that. I think it's something that is creating incredible value for the project, the community, for everybody that comes along that, and it stays there. So it's not going to be over after a certain period of time. This Learn&Earn will stay there. Obviously, the funding will be gone at some point, the rewards, but the videos will stay up there. We will have a place there. So great stuff. Who is this targeting to? Again, we excluded for this the really rich people, so the big time investors, because there is a less likelihood that they actually go through the course, do the quiz, and then get, I don't know, 10 or 20 DFI, because it's like, yeah, the time you have to do to invest to get this is probably too high for them. So, but that's okay. It's still something where we will attract a lot of people. So what are we going to do? With this CFP specifically, you might have noticed this. It's not about the measure itself. The measure will come later. This CFP contains only the preparation for the measure. So we're gonna produce and I'm like confident to say that I think it's gonna be the best video course that has ever been on CoinMarketCap Learn&Earn. It's gonna be like professionally animated videos, and then we will have 3 tutorial videos we will do with professional actors. We are writing the storyboards right now. So this is something that will stick out, and it's something that we always try to follow, is keep the quality high, because this is what DeFiChain stands for. It's quality DeFi, and there is nothing about that. So this is not even discussable. I think this is something we are aiming for. Keep the quality up, keep the impression for people that see it the first time. This is a quality project. Oh, I'm feeling confident investing in that. And this is what we try to achieve. That's why we want to really go professional on that. You see like a first idea of the storyboard here already. We have a little bit more detailed storyboard, but yeah, we keep you updated on that. So this is what we're going to do, the preparation for that. And then the Learn&Earn will follow later. We are planning this for May, but we're coming to that. So yeah, this is May, planned for May approximately. We'll see how much time it takes to do the videos, but May is pretty realistic. And the whole Learn&Earn giving out of the rewards will have a duration of 30 days. But obviously the course itself will stay there, and the page itself will stay there. So it's not going to go anywhere, and it will also always be marked within the listing page or the specific page of DeFiChain when you go to CoinMarketCap. So also something people will see. It's going to be worldwide, yeah, there's no question about that. And it's also going to be together with CoinMarketCap, yeah, I think it's also clear. Yeah, it's the same like it is with the AirDrop. It creates tons of awareness, and it obviously creates new customers. People that will receive the rewards will require to have a wallet address. And we built on the principles we are now or we are following when the AirDrop CFP goes through. The backend system and the coding we do to distribute the funding will be similar. So this is a good thing. So we don't have to do this again. Keep that in mind. And looking at the numbers, so we're planning for $30,000 to produce all the materials required to execute the Learn&Earn. This includes like 2 animation videos and 3 professionally done tutorial videos where we have like real actors interacting with the wallet, describing what's going on, and yeah, something that's really valuable quality stuff. So yeah, quality costs money, and I think we have good people. We have with Lazar, not only him as a quality designer and 3D artist, but also his network of people he knows is incredible, and it helps us a lot in actually executing these kind of plans on like the top level. So let's sum it up. stage one. What are we talking about? We talk about the main CFP, which sums up to roughly 1.6 million. We have the Brave CFP, which is around 500,000, the AirDrop with 130K, and the Learn&Earn, just the videos. The bigger part will come later in the year with the next CFP round, 30K. So if you keep in mind that we will transfer a big chunk of the funding we will receive into stable coins and later on into fiat money, just to have the security of to make sure that the payments are secured for the agencies we work with. We have to keep in mind that there will be fees. So we added fees in terms of service fees, swapping fees, and stuff like that. So in the end, we end up with like roughly $2.4 million. So I think people might now think, holy, what is going on? What does that mean? If they swap that into fiat, what is going on then? So first of all, we want to put that into perspective in terms of what is the size of the amount we request and what is the community fund we have. I think with DeFiChain, we are in a very lucky position. We have a healthy project. We have a big community fund that is barely touched. And if you look at the amount we are requesting, which is based on a price of $3.07, 772,000 DFI. And if you look at the community fund, which contains roughly 25 million, yeah, I think the comparison is clear. It's a tiny bit. And actually, it's since the community fund gets like refilled and builds up, it's something that it recovers from in roughly 19 days, sorry. And so there's nothing for you to worry about. And also, there is also not a lot for you to worry about in terms of price influence. So what we did here is we looked at the amount of DFI, and this is just an assumption. So we're not planning to sell all the DFI immediately into stable coins or change them or put them into fiat. But what we did here, we just made the assumption, like if we would, so what would that mean in terms of the price drop? So if we would do that in one click, this would have an impact of roughly 3.7% in pricing. But if you look at, I think it's a nice graphic that showcases what is our goal, where are we want to go when we talk about like the plans. It's just a tiny step back to make a huge step forward. So I think it's totally worth it. And the bigger the project gets, the bigger the value of the project gets, the less the impact of these things will be. So I think nobody needs to worry about that. And I think it's totally worth it. And yeah, we are looking forward to that. Having a look at the roadmap, what we already explained throughout the different CFPs is most of the measures actually start in February, like PR, influencers, Brave, and even the AirDrop. And then we will have in May the Learn&Earn. The AirDrop is also something that covers up the time between now and the Learn&Earn. So it's a good thing to do, and also something that we might repeat if we see this is very successful. And then in May, we are planning to have the Learn&Earn campaign, but the plan is not over here. So this was just the stage one, and as you know, like a good rocket has more than one stage because you need a lot of speed and propellant and force to get like out of the orbit. So we are also planning to do something even bigger with stage two. Before we come to that, I think we can have a look at what we're going to do with the community to keep you updated. So we are planning to have one report per month, and obviously frequently Twitter spaces. We're going to talk about topics. We're going to discuss topics with you guys when we have ideas, when you have ideas. So we always welcome you in. And as we mentioned before, when we talked about the team, I think the community is like super important for this to become successful. And also our team might change over time. We will get people on board. We will have people from the community to help us with stuff, or we have other marketing projects within the DeFiChain ecosystem. So everything is possible, and we are always looking forward to like what the community is coming up with, and I also to have the interaction with the people. So yeah, don't worry about that. But now let's talk about stage 2. So stage 2 is something we are working on at the moment. We are building up relationships. So this is something that we will probably have within one of the next proposals, where we exactly know what we're planning to do. And the target group here is like full on for sure. And the plan here is to actually develop a content marketing campaign for like a real global audience. And for that, we work with like a leading with leading marketing agencies. We're currently assessing that, so which one is the right one. And the reason is also because these agencies, they know how to execute big plans. So how are we gonna get like our feet into the finance market? How are we gonna excel like with storytelling? How are we going to do like target the right people? This is what these agencies, these leading agencies, are good at. Like they know the market, they know what's going on, they know the trends, they know what's going on social media, how to hit the nail on the spot. And this is what we are looking forward to work with them on the real big picture and the big plan in terms of like the communication and the content marketing strategy. As said, we are working, we're starting, we kick things off already, and we will be ready approximately in May to work further on that. And it's obviously going to be a worldwide measure, so there's no question about that. And for you to give you an idea, and please only take it as an idea because it's not more than that. We did a few mock-ups to create excitement. And how this could be, it could be something in esports, it could be something in sports, it could be like a big, I know Times Square was around, we were talking about Super Bowl. Not saying that this is going to be the right measure, but just for you to keep in mind what the size of that stage will be, and what is about to come within the next month, and something you can really be excited about, because we are already. And I think it's gonna be a hell of a ride. And without further ado, I think that's it from us around the upcoming CFPs. So we are looking for you summed up on Reddit. And if you have any questions, there will be tons of Twitter spaces, tons of possibilities to talk to us, ask your questions, criticism, tell us if you like it, if you don't like it. And we are there for you. We are here to stay. And without any further ado, that's it from my side. And see you next time. See you on the moon.